Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on June 30th, I stood on this floor and talked about the school code, which at this point we're putting in this bill. And the school code is very important to me. I am from Monroe County, and my constituents pay the highest portion of their income to school property taxes in the entire state. And school funding is a huge part of that. Because we have not been funded properly, we've raised our local taxes to educate our students, and as a result, our taxes are the highest in the Commonwealth. So I spoke against that formula that was offered back in June, and I still disagree with the formula the way it's going out. With what came from the Basic Education Funding Commission, which was 12 months of study, a lot of input from all over the Commonwealth, and they came up with a new formula. When you apply that formula, it shows how underfunded many schools are. And we found out there's 180 school districts underfunded by $937 million. And we don't want to take away 937 from the 320 districts that this report says are relatively overfunded by that amount. So I said, let's drive new money to the 180 underfunded districts, and I still think we should be trying to do that. And I don't like the way we're distributing it in this code. However, what the Department of Education just did last week is far worse. They're distributing money so unfairly. This is an improvement, and at least it's much more equitable. In fact, I'll give you some numbers. Basically, the worst funded school district in the state, as outlined by the new formula, would be the Reading School District. They're underfunded by $95 million. Now, my dad graduated from Reading High School. He grew up in Reading, and I visited Reading a lot when I was growing up. And it's not the same Reading it was back then. The schools need the funding. And this bill would give Reading school districts $4.8 million. What PDE just did was give them $2.4 million. So they should be getting 95 based on the new formula. We're going to give them almost 5 in this bill. PDE's decided they only need 2.4. Another school district in the state is underfunded by $53 million according to the new formula, which took into account all the factors that the Basic Education Funding Commission considered. They're underfunded by 53, and PDE just gave them $57 million last week. I think that's very unfair. I think all our students should be funded fairly, and we should work to get them to equity at the same rate. My schools are underfunded by $50 million, and PDE was only giving them a little over $2 million. My home school district, where my kids go, is getting $240,000 under PDE. Under this bill, they'll get over $500,000. There's a school in Lancaster County, underfunded by $10 million. We'll be getting $330,000 in this code bill right here. Last week, PDE gave them $26,000. You can't even hire a teacher with $26,000. So, Mr. Speaker, although I don't like all aspects of this bill, I don't like the fact that we're giving more money to some districts that don't need it. The fact is we're distributing more money to the districts that do need it under this program than the Department of Education currently is doing, and they need the guidelines to at least get closer to equity. So, as we work to take politics out of education funding and starting to treat all PA students fairly, we should vote for this code so that the Department of Education can begin to do that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.